Hi, welcome to another Spanish 101 tutorial, and today we're going to be talking about expressing possessions as well as the possessive adjectives. Our learning goals is that students will be able to use and express possessions, and they will be able to communicate using the possessive adjectives for this chapter. First of all, I like to introduce the possessive adjectives that we're going to use for this video and the possessive adjectives that are very useful in the Spanish language. Here you can see that for every person has a specific possessive adjective. And notice how the possessive adjectives have a plural form that is very important for you to remember. For the yo person, yo, we're going to use me or mis, which stands for, this stands for my or, my. Tu or tus, which stands for your. El, ella, usted, they are all going to share the same form of the adjective. Su and sus. Nosotros, nuestro, nuestros. But notice here that nosotros, it's the only adjective that it's going to have to agree with the gender of the thing you're describing. The rest of them, they don't have to agree with the gender of the object you're describing. Only nosotros and vosotros, but we're not going to focus on this one. But notice, nosotros, it has 4 total forms. Nuestro, nuestros, de nuestra, y nuestras. So just try to keep that in mind. Then we have vosotros, and finally ellos, ellas, ustedes. They're all going to share the form su or sus, depending if it's plural or singular. So make sure you remember these. Just try to make flashcards, remember them, keep them in mind all the time. Okay, so these are a few characteristics of the possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives are placed before the noun they're describing. So, for example, if you want to say my brother, we say mi hermano. So it's the same thing, the same principle that in English. The second principle is they have to agree on the quantity of the noun, and we talked a little bit about that. I just gave my example. Mi hermano, mis hermanos. Tu perro, tus perros, right? We make a plural because the noun, it's plural. And the note that I told you in regards nuestro, how it changes to feminine, from masculine to feminine, depending on the gender. So here it is. Not only the nosotros and vosotros forms have to agree with quantity, but gender as well. So they have to agree with the quantity, but remember, they have to agree with the gender as well, just like what we did here. But remember, the nosotros and vosotros are the only ones who agree with gender. Those are the only ones. For example, nuestra casa, nuestras casas. Nuestro gato, nuestros gatos. Vuestra planta, vuestras plantas. Okay? So just keep this in mind. Just try to be very careful when using the nosotros form. Nuestro, nuestra, nuestros, nuestras. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's talk about Miguel. Miguel, as we can see, has a beautiful family, and we can see his sister, his parents, and his grandparents too. So, ¿cómo es la familia de Miguel? So, how is Miguel's family? Su familia es muy bonita. So here we're using a possessive adjective that corresponds to Miguel. So basically we're saying his family is really pretty. Su familia es muy feliz. His family is very happy. They all look happy. Su familia es especial. His family is very special to him. So here we're using a possessive adjective. We're indicating that this family belongs to him. His family, his family, his family. Okay? Next one. ¿Cómo son los padres de Miguel? So what I want you to do is I want you to look at the picture and describe Miguel's parents using the possessive adjectives. Okay? So, ¿cómo son los padres de Miguel? How are Miguel's parents? You can describe them physically. You can make something up, but just try to follow the same pattern as we did on the previous as you can see here, just try to follow the same pattern. So you can pause the video right now, work on your responses, and then I'll show you a few examples that I came up on my own. Okay, so I'm going to show you the examples that I have. In this case, ¿Cómo son los padres de mi? This is what I come up with. Your answers can be totally different, but I just want you to follow the same principle that we had with using possessive adjectives. So here, what I came up with, sus padres son felices. So since we're talking about a plural person, we're talking about his parents. We're not just talking about one, or we're not talking about one, we're talking about both. So we're going to use the plural form describing the plural noun, okay? Sus padres son felices. His parents are happy. Then another one that I came up with was sus padres son jóvenes. His parents are young. They look young. So here again, we're using the possessive adjective because it's a plural. We're describing two people, so we're going to be doing a plural. Yeah, we're going to be using the plural form. And last one, sus padres son buenas personas. His parents are good people. Again, I have this. And you could have come up with something different, but I just want you to make sure that if you're talking about a plural noun, keep it plural, okay? ¿Cómo es la hermana de Miguel? So now I want you to do the same thing. So here, it's asking you to describe Miguel's sister, right here. So I want you to pause the video again, come up with some answers using the correct possessive adjective, and then check out your work. Okay, so here are the examples that I came up with. Su hermana es pequeña. His sister is small. Here you go. And now we're not using the plural, we're using singular because it's only one sister. Su hermana es pequeña. Su hermana es bonita. Y su hermana es morena. His sister is brunette. So again, we use the singular, okay? Next one. So now I want you to respond to this question. How is your family? So come up with a few examples of how would you describe your family using the possessive adjectives. And you can describe your family as a whole, or you can describe an individual in your family. For example, you can describe your siblings, you can describe your dog, your mom, your dad. Just try to use the different possessive adjectives so you can become familiar with them. So now I want you to pause the video, work on your sentences, and check up later. Okay, so now these are the examples that I came up with. Mi familia es buena. So here I'm using the singular. Even though familia or family means more than one people, family, it's a group word, which means that a lot of people, the word is going to be singular, although it talks about different people in the group. The same words, some other examples could be team. A team, the word team means that there's more than one person in the group, but the word team, it's a singular word. So that's why familia is the same thing. Familia, it's a singular word, so that's why we're going to use the singular form of the demonstrative, the possessive adjective, sorry. Mi familia es buena. Another example is, mis hermanos son chistosos. My siblings are funny. So here, since we're describing siblings, it's a plural. Hermanos, it's a plural word. We're going to be using the plural form, mis. And nuestra casa es bonita. Our house is very pretty. So I'm using the possessive adjective that we use for we when we talk about a group. Nuestra casa es bonita. Our house is pretty. Okay? So what I want you to do now is I want you to look at these words. So here you have some possessive adjectives. You have su, tus, nuestras, and mi. And what I want you to do is I want you to read the list or the group of words next to the possessive adjectives. And I want you to cross the ones or select, I want you to select the ones that belong to the group. For example, I'll do the first one. Su we know we use it for singular things, right? Singular things. So we are gonna choose the singular stuff. So in this case, mamá, it's singular. Su manzanas, no, because we have, it's plural. We're talking about a couple of manzanas, so this one doesn't work. Libros, no, because it has the S, so that doesn't work either. Su hermano, it works because it's singular. What about here? Su dinero, it works because it's singular. And lápices, no, because it's plural. So that doesn't work, okay? So I want you to do the same thing with the next group of words, okay? So you can pause the video now, work on them, and then press play when you're ready. Okay, so let's do this really quick. So tus stands for your, and it's a plural adjective. So we're gonna select the ones that are plural. Tus carro, nope. Tus gato, no. Tus perros, yes. Tus dinero, no. Tus cuadernos, yes. Tus mesa, no. Okay. Nuestras. Notice how we have feminine, right? And it means our, and it's plural. So we have to select nouns that are feminine and plural. So nuestras amigos, no, because this is masculine. That stands for masculine. If it was amigas, then it would work, but it doesn't. So no. Nuestras hermanas, yes. Nuestras madres, yes, because it's feminine and masculine. Nuestras ventana, no, because it's not singular. It's not plural, sorry. Nuestras computadora, no. And last, mi hermanos, no, because here we have singular. So we need singular. Mi hermanos, no. Mi taco, yes. Mi reloj, yes. Mi padres, no, because it's plural. Mi tarea, sí. Mi clases, no. Okay? So I hope that you were able to get it successfully. If you didn't, just try to review and make sure you are familiar with the correct adjectives, the possessive adjectives for every person, and just go back to the notes that I wrote. If you have any questions. Yeah, so just make sure you understand this part, that they have to agree on the quantity of the noun, and nosotros en vosotros has to agree with quantity and gender as well, okay? So just make sure you understand that. Try to memorize them, try to make flashcards, and just use them all the time. That will help you a lot. And I hope that this was a useful video. Thank you for watching and have a good day.